Hello everyone, welcome to Inain's Forensic Classroom. I'm Inain and I'm here to take you on an exciting journey into the world of forensic science, the real science behind solving crime, uncover evidences and delivering justice. So let's dive in and explore how science meet crime. So before starting with the topic, I want you all to know that I'll write down some important definitions or some important keywords. So please take notes, or you can just even take a screenshot of the slide if it helps you to learn better. So let's start with what actually is forensic science. So in this video, we'll see how forensic science has come into the picture. You all know that forensic science has become a buzzword in the 21st century. Like everybody around is talking about forensic science, how crimes happen, how forensic science comes into the picture, how they help to solve crimes or uncover the evidences, helps to deliver the justice. Everything, everywhere there is a talk about forensic science. So most of us are actually very familiar with the forensic science term. So whenever you hear about forensic science, you can only imagine there is a scientist who's wearing a white coat, looking into a microscope, or maybe somebody who's just staring at a computer screen, who's making some dramatic declarations like, "Oh, I found a hair, and this hair comes from the victim." Or maybe I have a DNA. This DNA is a match, maybe a match for the victim or match for the culprit. Maybe I have found this white powder, and upon doing some test, white color powder comes out to be cocaine. So all of these, especially in the TV series like CSI or in the CID, in all of these shows, we have been hearing all of these dramatic declarations. But beyond these dramatizations, forensic science has actually played a very important role in some very serious cases. So all over the world, there have been happened some very famous cases. For example, O.J. Simpson case, or the famous Ted Bundy killer, or Green River killer case. All of these cases that has happened all over the world, we can see that forensic science has actually played a very important role in all of this. So people everywhere are very fascinated by the crime. People are so fascinated by this term crime, like how crime happens, how people solve it, or how justice is served. All of this curiosity, when combined with the rising concern about the violent crimes, it has actually driven the popularity of the forensic science even further. All of these TV shows like CSI, Dexter, CID, Sherlock, all of this has sparked a real curiosity in the public. And these shows have actually popularized forensic science. And it actually wants to make science look very cool. But in reality, forensic science is more about science and less about drama. So honestly, this fascination isn't anything new. For over a century, we all have been very intrigued by this Sherlock Holmes. So this is a very important point that you can jot down. Sherlock Holmes was is not a real character. It is a fictional character which was created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Arthur Conan Doyle. You can just just jot down this name because it is a very important point that's been asked in the exams like net or fact. Just make sure that you know who has created this fictional character Sherlock Holmes. All of this have very popular themes that are running in the shows or maybe in the TV shows or in the stories, in the news. Everything is being very popularized where forensic science has been a highlight. All of these shows, for example, CSI and this Sherlock Holmes, if we talk about it, they actually have been criticized for exaggerating things about forensics. But I feel the truth is they have actually made people more aware about science and how it is used to solve crime. Maybe they're not doing it in a proper way, how forensic scientists, have been trained, but actually they're giving us an idea like there are crimes that are happening. Is something that we can do about it. And it's really interesting that forensic science isn't just about catching the bad guy. It's actually a very powerful teaching tool, and it can be used to, it also helps students to learn core scientific principles. Forensic science also helps them to improve the problem solving and their critical thinking skills. I also believe it sharpens your oral and written communication, because at the end you might have to just go to the court and everything. So your oral and written communication is being improved in forensics. And it also understand how bias plays an important role. Bias is a very important keyword in forensics. When wherever whichever subject you are learning in forensics, bias is the word that you will hear every now and then. So now this brings us to a very big question. What actually is forensic science, right? You all must be wondering, we have talked about these terms: forensic science, bias, justice, evidences, but what actually is forensic science, and where, how did it all begin? How did it all begin? So, in order to answer this question, you'll have to check my next video, which will be coming very soon. Thank you so much. If you found this video interesting, give it a like, share it with your fellow forensic enthusiasts, and don't forget to subscribe to Ainan's Forensic Classroom. If you have any questions, suggestions, or you're just curious about some topics that you want me to cover, please drop them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, keep observing, keep questioning, and remember, every clue tells a story. See you soon. Bye bye.